Hi, I'm Dr. Haley Perlus. Welcome to today's Mental Toughness Moment. A popular question is making its way, it's coming often, and it's really how to address the block of overthinking. So I'm going to give you 3 strategies, and even though you may have heard of these strategies, I'm going to dive deeper with some real technical action steps to help you implement these 3 strategies. So the first one is how to overcome the block of overthinking is to stop thinking so much. And how do you do that? We're always thinking, our minds are always going, so you just can't tell yourself, don't think of this thing. But what you can do is implement a technique called thought stopping. And I've discussed it before, and I'll put it in the notes so that you can watch that video separately. But thought stopping is really having a visual cue, a physical cue, a verbal cue. So you can decide one of those 3, or you can put them all together. But it's this specific behavior that is going to interrupt your overthinking. So the basic concept is if I were to ask you to close your eyes and picture a big red stop sign. That's thought stopping, and you already have it programmed. Or you could do an action, and I know some people that I work just kind of, shake it off. So there's a symbolic imagery there, literally just shaking it off. Or you can you could have a verbal cue. And I'll just go to one of my favorite movies, which is For Love of the Game, the baseball movie. And the actor, it was Kevin Costner, of course, baseball. He says, clear the mechanism. And that clear the mechanism interrupts his overthinking, interrupts his distraction, and allows him to zone in. So thought stopping. And again, you could have verbal cues, visual cues, like closing your eyes and seeing that stop sign, or physical cues, shaking it out, for example. Another strategy to help you overcome the block of overthinking is to move, is to take action, move your body. I'm not wearing it right now, but I have a wonderful shirt. Actually, my mother bought it for me, and it says, still your mind. Sorry, it says, move your body, still your mind. Go and move your body. Go for a walk. If you can get outside, even better, but go move your body. And sometimes, if I'm completely honest, sometimes going for just a calm walk, that can help, but it may not always help. Something you may have to do a little bit more of a higher intensity, but we're not asking you to exercise. Just for a moment, maybe get down and do some push-ups, or do some squats, or take your hands and go like this really, really fast until you start to feel some energy. But what you're doing is you're redirecting your energy from here and all the overthinking to moving your body. Now, a nice calm movement like exercise or stretching or, just light movement may work. It may not. And if it doesn't, go do something a little bit more high intensity, but it doesn't have to be for long. Other physical activities will help too. I'm just giving you some examples. The third technique to help you overcome the block of overthinking is to take action mentally, but on something you have confidence in. And so make a move mentally, and bring out some of your strengths. So for me, if I start overthinking, I know a strength of mine is listening, is asking questions and listening. Probably an occupational hazard, but it's something that I do well. So if I catch myself in my head overthinking, not really helping me, I'm just going to ask a question. I'm going to find someone, maybe I'll reach out to a client that I'm working with, and I'll ask them how they're doing. If I'm with anybody, I'll just ask a question and get into their mind. Because if I can get into their mind, if I can start thinking about them, I'm not overthinking for myself. So find a strength of yours, anything, just own it and use it. And then, that will obviously start some productivity and workout, but it'll also help you stop the overthinking because now you're taking mental action as well. So 3 strategies. 1 is incorporating your thought stopping, whether it's a visual cue, a physical cue, or a verbal cue. Technique number 2, move your body. And if low intensity works, great. If low intensity doesn't work, you may have to increase the intensity just a little bit to start really feeling it in the body, getting the energy out of here and into here. And then the third is highlight one of your strengths and start taking action on that so that your mind now becomes in productive flow. If you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Leave them in the space provided. Have you gone to my website at drhaleyperlus.com? You know that is the best place to ask me questions. That is the best place to find out about my book, my master classes. If you want some one-on-one coaching with me, best place to go, drhaleyperlus.com. And subscribe. And until next time, have a wonderful rest of your day.